Hello everybody, this is the Golden Lock Picker and I'm back at you here with another lock in the vise today. What I have for you guys today is kind of an anomaly, I would say, normally for this manufacturer, but this is actually a lock that's worse than probably any master lock I've ever encountered. And we'll dig into that in just a little bit, but first let's cover the lock that's actually in front of us. So this is an Abus lock, a German lock company. They usually make really good locks, including some very good high security locks. This is the 8530. Normally, this is a fairly good lock series. The 85 actually has a generic entry on Lock Pickers United that doesn't qualify its size for its requirement. So basically, any of the 85 series would qualify for an orange belt. Even though the lock that's pictured is the 8540, I'm going to demonstrate to you today why I hope that they change that to qualify that with at least a 40 millimeter requirement on it. I don't think it's just because the 8530 has a problem. I think that there's obviously a difference between these locks, and it's worth delineating that, and that this lock should probably only be a yellow belt lock. So let's go ahead and take a look at that keyway. It's kind of a Yale style keyway, nothing too special there. A little bit of warding paracentricity there to it, but nothing too special. So on the box itself, they actually give this a 5 out of 10 for security, which is going to be really interesting here in just a little bit. But what makes this lock so bad is actually this key. And your eyes aren't deceiving you. That key literally only has one remotely even deep cut to it. They've assigned a 0 cut for pin number 2, for pin number 3, and for the far pin, I'd say maybe like a 1 or a 2, whatever you'd like to assign that. So at least in theory, I should have to pick that frontmost pin and this one here, or at least pick some of these other ones like right in between there, all 4 pins. But that's not the case really here. We're gonna see it's kind of sad. This lock you can actually pick by only picking 1 pin, which is really interesting. Because there's only, this is the only lock in my collection where I can open the lock with only having to pick 1 pin. There's quite a few locks that are really horrible, as I've demonstrated on this channel, like the Brinks R70. I could literally open that lock with a turning tool, or just about any rake I can find. I've found a few other padlocks. Obviously, it can be raked open pretty quickly too, as well, master lock included. But I've never found a lock that I could literally pick this with 1 pin in 1 motion. Just leave the pick in and turn it over, as we'll see, and it just opens for you. So we're going to see that in just a bit. So as I mentioned before, Lock Pickers United has a generic entry for that Abus 85 series. And they don't put a qualifier on it for the size. It literally, that entry right now on the orange belt level just says 85. So an Abus 85 series. This is actually the box for an 8540, and they give it a 6 out of 10 for security. This is that lock, and as you can see, it's fairly similar. Same style keyway, everything. But one of the things you'll notice that delineates this from that 8530, there are at least 1, 2, 3, 4, there's a little cut right there, and then 5. There's 5 cuts in this lock at least. So in my mind, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this has 5 pins in it. What I'd like to see, and hopefully some of the black belts can pick up on this, I'd like to see them hopefully change that entry and actually put a qualifier on it to specify for that orange belt entry. It's for the 40 millimeter and larger padlocks. And anything smaller than that, the 85 series, basically smaller than 40 millimeter, so 30 millimeter and smaller, or 35 millimeter and smaller, that those should all be a yellow belt lock. So let's go ahead and pick into this today. I'll be using Jimmy Long's tools from the starter set. I'll be using the bottom of the keyway, top of the keyway turner in 30 thousandths from that set. And I'll also be using the short flat hook in 23 thousandths. So what I'm going to do is a little unorthodox today, but I'm going to show you just how bad this lock is. So I'm going to insert my pick, and I'm just going to leave it right there, just barely holding pin number 1. And I'm going to take the cylinder, and you're seeing this, and I'm going to turn this lock over, and you heard that right, folks. I unlock that without putting any pressure, anything on any of the other 3 pins in this lock. And you notice I didn't even have to pick that to the point that it actually even clicked. So I didn't even need to put tension on this to pick that. It was that bad that this lock, for whatever reason, you can single pin pick this with a single pin and open this lock. So I'm going to do this again just to verify for you guys that this is not a fluke. Go ahead and stick my pick in one more time. Let it rest towards the bottom. Take my turner, insert that at the top of the keyway, and I'll turn that over, and you can see and hear for yourselves this lock opening. This is brand new, out of the box from Avis. This lock is just that bad. Now, just to show you guys though that this isn't a damaged lock in any way, shape, or form, I'll lock this back up here, and I'll actually sit here and turn on this with the turner. You can see it does not open. I could also take this turning tool and try to put that in the top of the keyway, just like what we had there. It will not open. And what's ironic is I can even go through and put my turner in, and as you can see right there, I can already fall over into a false set pretty quickly just by barely even tapping that first pin, but it just doesn't fall over right away. Like, it doesn't open up right away. So it's kind of an unusual lock in the sense that this trick works. I think it's mainly the bitting, but I'm a little bit disappointed that somehow that this is even possible, and that Avis even manufactured this and sent this out with a 5 out of 6 for security. This lock was extraordinarily disappointing. I know that Avis makes good stuff though, because I am the recipient of quite a few of their other locks and love Avis locks. But this is pretty bad. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It just goes to show that these lock manufacturers, you know, they all make mistakes. This isn't just Master Lock who does this stuff, who makes bad things or breaks, Avis included. And obviously, there's ones out there that have bypasses, and I'm not interested in those bypasses because, frankly, you know, while they're fascinating to some degree, I think things like this, where this is just a complete lack of quality control in this regard for the things that you're actually doing, that's just inexcusable. So hopefully you guys found that useful, and hopefully the black belt pickers for Lock Pickers United will maybe catch wind of this video and maybe help us all out by delineating in that orange belt ranking lock that it should be the 40 millimeter and larger for the 85 series. And maybe they would create a new yellow belt entry for, I guess we'll call it the 30 millimeter and smaller, or 35 millimeter and smaller, whatever that is for the 85 series. And hopefully get this cleared up. So hope you guys enjoyed. Go ahead and hit the like button before you're on your way out. And if you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button. That way, anytime I drop new content, you guys will get the newest videos and get some interesting stuff. So if you have ran into this before, where you've gotten a lock where you only have to pick one of the pins, go ahead and leave a comment down below. I'd love to know what it is. See you guys. Thanks.